So one of the biggest challenges I'm presented with by my clients that I coach is around resiliency. And the CEOs that I work with are constantly being challenged by resiliency, not only personally and their own personal resilience, but the organizational resilience. And it's coming from a couple of different dimensions. So for the CEOs, it's coming from this place of work is ever present, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They never get the chance to take a break. They never get a chance to really stop thinking about the work. And frankly, for most of them, it's engaging, it's fun, it's what they love to do, it's what they signed up for, it's what they're being paid for. And so they enjoy it. But at the same time, we all need a break. We all need the ability to take time off. We all need to be able to do self-care, to take care of ourselves, to whether it's on the physical level, the psychological, emotional level, the spiritual level, the social level, to engage with our families, to be involved in our community, to have more than a one-dimensional life, which for most CEOs is their jobs. And then there's the organizational resiliency. There's not a single company out there or industry that's not being disrupted, not being challenged by whether it's economic or climate or other talent attraction and retention. The list goes on. And every industry, and as a result, every company is dealing with resiliency. How do we keep people engaged? How do we keep them focused? How do we keep them at their best and not burn out? And that demand that's being placed on individual leaders and on companies and the employees that work in them generates stress. And it's usually not just the good stress that can help us be our best selves, but also the stress that drains us, that results in health problems, that results in death. So when I'm working with CEOs or anybody in a leadership position, and they're being presented with resiliency problems, it could be resulting, as a result of stress. It could be lack of sleep. It could be any number of maybe physical or psychological, emotional challenges that they're faced with. They're asking me, help me with this specific problem. And usually we have to get to the root cause. So what is the source of the stress? What is the source of the sense that they don't have a sense of resiliency? And so the conversation will start with, what is their belief system? What is their way of seeing their job, their life, their role? And for many CEOs that I work with, they unconsciously, they had this sense of wanting to achieve, this wanting to excel, this wanting to be in a leadership role, to be the CEO. And and oftentimes unwittingly, have a contract with their board, with their organization, that they were going to give up their personal life for the role, for the notoriety, for the compensation, for all the trappings of that leadership responsibility. And so just by shifting that from an unconscious agreement to a conscious agreement, that they made a trade-off, they made a decision. This was the job that they signed up for. It's why they're being compensated. It's why they're getting the recognition and the responsibilities that they have. That in and of itself can help reframe and allow them to have a greater sense of control, a greater sense of resiliency. A second piece of it is, if, for any of us, if our singular focus is on a thing, in the case of a leader, their job, they need to carve out time for self-care and have a contemplative practice, take care of their physical body, making sure they're getting adequate sleep, that they've got a proper diet, they're getting exercise, they're getting time in nature. They're doing the sorts of things they do to recharge, to charge their battery and make sure that they've got the ability to be in their role for the long haul. And then the third piece of it is making sure that they're doing what they should be doing and delegating to their subordinates, making sure they've got the complement of team members that they can rely on, they can trust, that they've created a culture with that leadership team, that they're not being drained because of personal agendas or people not showing up in a healthy way, that they've got folks they can rely on, that they can trust, and that they've got clarity on what is their priority as a leader. and not getting distracted by other folks needing things that are inappropriate to be asking of the leader.